Radiant team ban.
An apparition as well. He'll go into the ban pool. That's just a good combo here with the Rubik. Okay,
10
so
seconds
Ayo
remaining.
will be back in a moment. Hopefully he'll
Reserve time.
he'll
5
get his
seconds
mic sorted
remaining.
and give me a call. Cool. So yeah, ancient apparition is mainly just because the cold feet and telekinesis. Drag back into cold feet and you can just this should be a guaranteed stun. It's always a bit of a problem for the ancient apparition. So I'm reading I'm reading Aui's comments right now. I don't know how his microphone can work on absolutely everything. He even tested an audio recorder on Windows. Oh, but Sky won't work for him. One of the most used programs in the entire world. Can't get it to work. Well,
10 seconds remaining.
bye. Shadow Shaman is now going to be the ban out as well from Ohio.
5 seconds
I'm
remaining.
a little concerned about Invasion's pushing power if they're just worried about like the control that can come out from that. The
Reserve
Mass
time.
Wars really did cause some problems for him. Like after that whole Chronos thing in the middle lane in front of the tier 1 tower of Invasion, like they came out of the Chrono, the black hole was over, but the Mass Wars just sat there in the pool in the middle of the entire team and was pumping out so much damage with the DK as well as the Viper. Also back here, we taking out Suso, a favorable off-lane hero at the Titan later run.
I speak for the trees.
And then Nature's
Radiant
Prophet.
team pick.
So Invasion bring in again Ghost Nature's Prophet. Jumps off all across the map. And Doombringer as well as Rubik. Okay, yeah, they are getting a lot more pushing power behind him. And the
Dire
Sand King
team
pickup.
pick.
Sand King works kind of nicely with the Skywrath Mage. Just as long as you're able to get yourself in range, but that's where Concussive Shot really helps you out. So your level 1 Burrow Strike, obviously you're not going to get Concussive Shot by that point though, because you're looking at Orb first. But if you do need help later on, it's an easy Concussive Shot. You can track down that Nature's Prophet quite simply.
10 seconds remaining.
So Invasion's only got
5 seconds
one more
remaining.
pickup in this phase, but do they go for their support? More than likely they will. They're up against
Reserve
SK
time.
Skywrath Mage. You kind of still want... Actually, I don't know if you really want silence of your own in this. You've already got some easy things to steal the SK. The only thing I would look for from Invasion is having an area of effect stun to bring that SK back out of his Sandstorm. They could actually go back for the Enigma again. With an Nature's Prophet on the field, you got a Doombringer that could either run safe lane or mid lane. In fact, that's where he's going to be anyway. And we get ourselves, okay, we pick up the
Radiant
core.
team pick.
We pick up a big pushing core. This allows Doombringer to go the safe lane. Huge farmer means he can go rushing a hand of Midas. Death Prophet will add pressure towards the middle lane, gets to go up against the Razor. Can keep his distance and still find a lot of farm on the Death Prophet because you've got your Crypt Swarm, so it won't really matter about how much damage Razor will steal. And Death Prophet also, you look for some good movement speed coming out from her.
10 seconds remaining.
And it's going to be a lot of pressure to be added towards towers. I think Titan are in a lot of trouble with this
5
draft.
seconds
We're
remaining.
still missing the 2 cores, however. Like, the support combo is still good. They've still got a Razor. Viper's
Reserve
already
time.
been banned out, so they still need something to go up against the Death Prophet. They could just seal up Death Prophet, so Death Prophet... Actually, no, because then Death Prophet will just yield Scepter and come back down again. Yeah. No, definitely Invasion have the upper hand. But then again, in the last game, I thought the upper hand was belonging to Titan. Even though I said the lineup from Invasion was really solid, I thought Titan had a better combo to work with. And they're going to get themselves a Tinker now. So they got the greatest all hero in the game. So Nature's Prophet's push kind of like falls at the wayside a little bit. Doombringer's going to be careful as well. He's going to have to rush up a mech now. Actually, no, Death Prophet's going to rush the mech for the team.
5 seconds
Death
remaining.
Prophet wants a Yule Scepter early. Prophet has to go minus, and then he goes into split push kind of build. Yeah, they might put...
Reserve time.
Actually, they might just have to go Enigma. I get the mech
10
out from that
seconds
hero
remaining.
and just enjoy. The other option, again,
Radiant
to flag
team
would be
ban.
something like an Enchantress. Like, the Enchantress would be the other way you could approach this. And that lets you force out that top tower
10
very
seconds
early on.
remaining.
It's just 2 Enchantress creeps, and they just proper TPs in with a couple of treants.
5 seconds remaining.
Won't be able to hold that line. In fact, we're still actually waiting to see what Titan want to run as their offlaner. The Titans got banned out as the last one. The Bristleback was taken out before. So nice spamming offlaner. I know I flagged the Skywrath Mage as a potential offlaner due to our conversations yesterday, but I don't know if Titan really want to kind of play that kind of ball game. They never have before, so you doubt they will now. And Visage.
Dire team pick.
Interesting. That's not who I was thinking. In fact, I was thinking either Enigma, Jungle Hero, Enchantress. You could also go into the Leshrac. Synergizes quite nicely with the Rubik. Obviously, a hold allows you for the animation time of your own stun. There's an area effect stun on which you're looking to bring down the SK. You got some good nucleus damage, which comes out from the Lightning Blast. Invasion, if they want to get really greedy, technically could run the Doombringer inside the jungle. That's another option for them.
5 seconds remaining.
But I don't think Invasion is going to be feeling that greedy. And it will be the Enigma coming back. So they stick with the Juggler. They stick with the big Enigma Black Hole. He's going to need that BKB in this game. Skywrath Mage is going to seal him. SK is going to stun him. Actually, they're the only two. They're the only two that could stop him right now, unless you get the burst damage from the Tinker or and Razor together, like Plastifield as well as Rocket's Laser. Will be enough to pop him. But if you're throwing all that into an Enigma,
10 seconds
Runic
remaining.
Prophet, Death Prophet, and Doom, they're going to destroy you. Like we actually have Team Prophet right now for Invasion. And Titan only have one more hero to pick up. It's got to be an offlaner.
Reserve time.
And it's got to be someone who's aggressive too. They need to walk themselves in and try and take a level 1 fight up against Invasion. I say try to, because you want to force Enigma to go like Maleficent or something other than conversions at the very, very start. Like Doombringer to not get Devour at the start. Timbersaw as the last one. This is going to be so insanely risky for them. If he gets doomed, he's useless. Maleficent makes it really difficult to chain away. I really don't know. I really don't know. But let's at least one upside right now.
Hello?
I hear you. Your mic is working.
Nice. I don't know why my other headset is working on TeamSpeak, Windows, everything except for Skype. So I'm blaming Skype.
You okay? Okay.
I'm Skype.
I'm just happy I get your voice, man. Did you, while you're working out your problems, did you have time to watch how the draft was developing?
10 seconds remaining.
No, I actually restarted my computer, so I'm just coming onto Dota now.
Okay. Well,
5 seconds remaining.
I'm looking at something right now, and I'm interested to actually hear your opinion when you see it as well. The lineup, the last pickup was a Timbersaw from Titan. They kind of got screwed a little bit on their offlaner because Bristleback as well as Titan was banned out, so they weren't quite sure who the hell they could run. But they picked a Timbersaw up against a Doom, Enigma, Rubik, Prophet, and Krob lineup. I'm really worried for 2D right now. I'm really worried for 2D.
Honestly,
oh, they screwed up! Oh, man! Oh, you're not in the game yet, are you?
Yeah, I just got in the game.
Right.
Did I? Oh, ooh, that's a good word.
Observe what in base. They made different buttons so you could do that.
Yeah, it happens. What can you do? It happens.
Actually,
yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Titan are doing something which I didn't think they would do, which is an aggressive tri lane. So they're going to leave the Timbersaw on the bottom lane to battle up against the Prophet, which is a lot better lane for him. And then leave the Tinker or Ohio to play the middle lane.
Yeah. And he scouts them out, which is really good for him.
Yeah.
Because usually there's no way a Doom's running in like this. To be honest, it's sort of unfortunate that
30 seconds
actually did scout them out there, because now they know that Timbersaw's bottom. I think it would have been better to like just place that ward and have the ward scout them out with that. Honestly, I sort of like Timbersaw versus Doom, just because reactive armor works through Doom, and you can actually get Tranquil Boots on Timbersaw. It's pretty good in a scenario like this. And what will happen is you go and you get your spells up before you get doomed. He dooms you, and then it's better that you get doomed than pretty much any other hero on your team, because you're gonna live.
Battle begins.
And if you can extend a team fight long enough, you're gonna come in with all your cooldowns up anyways.
Are you not worried about the amount of damage though, which could just be burst into him? Like with Prophet ulti as well as like the Crop Spirit, because the Crop Spirits won't buff up the reactive armor.
I think if you go like maybe like a Vip Booster, Tranquil Boots with Blade Mail, it's actually pretty good this game. Like you might have some trouble farming, but I don't think his farm is going to be that much of an issue this game. I think they'll be fine if Timbersaul's a bit underfarmed, and he can catch up eventually. So like, cause like if you go in with a Blade Mail in them and you get doomed, you get all 3 of your spells off, and you get the Blade Mail off, like you're doing more than enough for what you're working with. And they're actually aggressive jungling with this Enigma. Is he skipping the creep wave? They're fast pushing.
Yeah, but this isn't going to work when you have a Skyrock Mage and an SK on your field. They've given KOXY, like Doombringer is inside of his own jungle right now. KOXY is a free lane on top as a Razor.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't think Invasion were really expecting these lanes. Even after scouting out the Timbersaw, they thought, well, they could run a Prophet aggro tri-lane to try and catch out the defensive lane. But then they saw KOXY on the off lane, and then all questions came up.
Yeah, it's really weird because Rubik is really weak when your lane is even to mediocrely stronger. He's only good in a like tri-lane versus tri-lane if you're able to stop them. So that's why he's sort of good in tri-lane versus dual lane or tri-lane versus solo, because his lift is really good, but he does like 0 base damage and no armor. And this Timbersaw's like, he's fine. He's very happy right now, actually.
Yeah. When I first saw the pickup, I'm just sitting there going, man, he's going to get doomed, he's going to get nothing off, he's going to get like Manifest done so he can never Timber Chain himself away, the Black Hole's going to kill him during the fights, Crop Ulti's going to shred apart his life points, Prophet's going to burst damage him down, Rubik's going to steal everything which is good about him, and I just saw like a horrendous time ahead, but with just a lane switch up and Invasion losing, I don't know if there's confidence or something in the lanes, but yeah, he's going to get a great start. I honestly never thought he was going to hit level 6 until like 10 minutes in.
I mean, I think I sort of misrepresented, like I overhyped the terms, like it's definitely not a great game for him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was just talking specifically about the Doom, but like Crop is pretty good versus him, and Rubik's, he's okay versus Timbersaw, I think. And Enigma, the Malphus, if you turn the right way to Timber Chain, and he Malphuses you with a level 4 Malphus, you can actually get your Timber Chain off, as long as you turn first. You have to turn before the stun starts, and then you're ready set to use your Timber Chain. If you have to turn and then Timber Chain, then you get stunned mid Timber Chain and you get screwed.
There's a gank being prepared. SK just got revealed. They smoke ganked Extinct as well as wait. Is that net?
Yeah, so they managed to block that small camp, which is sort of nice because having a stacked camp against an aggressive trap lane is always huge.
So I'm just trying to work out. That is actually net on the SK, right? Yes.
I don't
yes,
know.
It's net.
Okay.
It's net. It's just for some reason his name's showing up unusually. Just want to double check my players. Because I know Titan have one standing today because they're not using Yamcha.
The Fearon versus Timbersaw match is supposed to be pretty even, I think. Oh, top lane. Are they going on? No.
They can't.
The Link just barely cancels. If he kept going on that Link, I think they would have gone for that with the SK stun. He has boots and Scar slow is about to hit him. The Fearon versus Timbersaw matchup, I think it's actually pretty good for Fearon if he starts it purely 1v1. But because of all the screw rounds, like the time where Fearon's the strongest is basically like level 1 and 2. When he has 600 range, Timbersaw doesn't have levels in his E, and he can just right click him with trees and just right click. And you just do too much damage and burn all his regen, and you get once you get phase, you just start dominating the lane. Until level 6, with which case Fearon leaves the lane. So, like, because they moved on to the sword so much, Fearon didn't get that huge opportunity in the early levels to dominate Timbersaw. Now Timbersaw's looking very, very good in this lane.
Yeah. Ghost is really trying to force the
issue
issue out.
He's a tinker.
Yep, well, Death Prophet actually gets to kill on Death at the same time, but it will be the Enigma going down the bottom lane for the Hasten Tinker. And Rubik, well, back up towards that top lane. He kills off the, well, he doesn't help, he helps to kill off the Doombringer kills off the Razor. 2-1. Busted. Middle lane, got Exhaust. Okay, this is not going to be great for Death Prophet. He's X is up. He's getting the late up. The Burrow Strike is not going to reach him. He's just trying to get in range for one attack, but either way, Tinker with a basic right click will kill off this Exorcism harassing T1 tower prop.
And that's a really good kill. To be honest, that bottle kill almost wasn't worth it for Tinker because he took 3 in laser and that really messes up your skill build. But then that 3 in laser also helped him kill the Krob. Like it actually guaranteed to kill the Krob, so it's actually a very good pick up there.
I can't.
Just because.
Yeah, sorry.
You really want level 3
Radiant's
March
middle tower
in
is
order to
under
like kill
attack.
ancients and stuff, but he doesn't have a stack anyways, I guess.
I'm just trying to get my brain working again. I just had a fart moment for some unknown reason. I'm not talking about flatulence. Top lane Doombringer. We've got SK as well as Skywrath again, trying to focus on getting it behind the tower. And there you go, Static Link, concussive shot. It's actually going to fly up towards the Doombringer, but the Static Link has managed to separate. I don't know if SK can reach it yet. Double Burrow Strike, the opponent needs to pick up and throw back. Maleficent will come in as well, but the Burrow Strike's already gone on. Sentry Ward dropped, so they could see the SK inside the Sandstorm, but he think will go down from the army of conversions, give more than enough damage. Then again, okay, into the tree line, plus still 1 second of the cooldown. And there it goes, he turned it down,
Oh, you're crazy.
he's in trouble. The Maleficent will actually kill him off all the basic attack. Enigma just cracked level 7 in 6 minutes now after that engagement.
And that was a little bit greedy by Razor. He actually had a solve, so if he'd survived there, that would have been really good for him. But a good turnaround by Invasion there. I thought the Doom was crazy when he ran back in, but it worked really well for him.
And now
Yeah, this Enigma was skipping the wave bottom. He started level 1 bottom, didn't get like a single creep for like 2 minutes. Is now level 7 at 6 minutes. It's ridiculous.
not too shabby for him, man. Not too shabby at all. I'm interested to see what he's going to build into, though. Because, like, what would you be looking for here? Do you want the Doom to get into a hand of Midas? Are you wanting the mech over on the Death Prophet or the Enigma?
I think Enigma. And he bought the Buckler, so he's gonna get the mech.
Yeah.
When you can have a really tanky hero, like Doom and Krob, it's really nice that someone else can get the mech, just because mech doesn't really help your farm accelerate. It's really good like if you can take a tower or something with it, but if someone else who doesn't really need like farm progression, item progression can get the mech, so like Enigma, since mech doesn't hurt his farm like it would hurt Doom, it's a lot better for him to get it. Because like Doom, if you get that Midas, you just get incredibly fat. Same thing with Krob and her Scepter.
The ability to actually have that kind of immunity. I'm noticing KOXY2 has almost cracked his mech. So we're going to have like a 9-minute mech coming in here for Team Titan.
The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower.
Has got a long way on down to the bottom lane. But Tootie's also down here as the Timbersaw, so for all the fights that were going on,
They're going for mid tower here.
it's going to be
Dire's
difficult.
top tower is under
Death Prophet's
attack.
just taking up the damage because she knows it's going to get it
Radiant
back.
structures are
If
fortified.
she gets all
Don't
down
waste
here,
time hitting them.
I can see her concussive with the orb, and then through the orb towards the Enigma, just tries to force back. But back hole! Well, PGG style, short and range, and then Death Prophet. Well, that orb is actually ripping through KOXY. Okay. Picking him up and throwing him back, and then the Fable into him as well. The Buckler really being used to protect as Tootie try and chase down Ghost. Might not actually get there too. The Chakram, nice damage. Timber Chain back off cooldown, 3 points in it. Chains up, got the Whirlington as well. Ghost, 26 life points. One basic attack will get it, but he throws out the Chakram instead. Skywrath makes actually back to base. Can he actually kill him? He's running too low on mana. He's running too low on mana. He'll back himself up.
That was actually okay for Invasion. They actually got the tower last hit with the Fear and Trees. So even though like the first black hole, I honestly feel like it doesn't matter that much. It's really nice to get a kill out of it, and it wasn't the best of plays, but getting that mid tier one is actually huge this game.
As well as Death Prophet coming to the bottom lane. I'm not 100% certain why they're just stalling and waiting for a moment, but they're going to see a double stack over on the side. Yep, Tinker actually getting doomed up right now. Should be denied up by Extinct, however. Extinct,
He's
okay.
alive.
Is he going to live through this?
Think
The
so.
Dire's top tower is doing its best,
15.
but it doesn't
you're
look
right.
good.
He'll survive and TP him to safety. That's a BT Tinker as well. That's a 9-minute BT Tinker.
And that was a really quick reaction by Scar to save him. They're getting ball tower for this though. But Timbersaw wants to go ham.
Radiant's bottom tower is denied.
Yeah.
Did Tinker get the TP off to the deny tower? That was weird.
He got the TP off, the tower got denied, but Tinker's TP still remained. And then they turn around
The Dire's bottom tower doesn't even have armor to defend itself.
Razor with a
What a
plasma field will
brave
get the
tower.
kill over on the Rubik. But that Death Prophet, she thought maybe a silence on the Timbersaw would be enough to win with, but not to be the case.
Just war stop him. No, you can't. The Tinker's TPing in. Alright, that's a good choice. I think that's a bug. Unless I just missed top lane.
Yeah,
they're going for a kill on the Doom, but Ohio's rearming still.
Yeah, they're coming in. Enigma
Doom
just sideline.
screams.
Mountain was over on the Tinker. With the also Prophet Ultimate bouncing in through the Sand King. Losing a lot of life points, but yeah, Doombringer, 28 life points. He's going to stick out in the march, but he's still stuck close enough to get the experience when Tinker ended up dying. Or when he
Look at it. He stays for the Mises, can stay for that Devour. It's a dope player. Actually, I don't go for the Devour. And, anyways, like,
that's not
when a
good.
tower dies, your boosted towers is supposed to get cancelled. So, I'm wondering since the tower got denied, did it not cancel the Tinker or did he get off before? I didn't really see it.
Maybe he TP to a creep. I didn't see it. There's a lot of Chakram damage. Virus Strike 4 going to go into the Enigma. I think Story Crate looks for the next kill. They'll accept the fact they only get 2.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But
And I really like...
Yeah,
oh, sorry, go ahead. I really like that.
going to flag, man. Okay, it's been chased down by
Radiant's
KOS
middle
Flag.
tower is
There's
under
126
attack.
points of damage stolen. He's stuck to the tree line, doesn't have
Dire's
mana to
bottom
actually
tower
TP
is
himself
under
out of
attack.
this one. Because the creep wave's locking him in.
The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower.
Back to
That top lane, it was really cute
Dire's
by
bottom
Extinct
tower is
actually.
under
He
attack.
kept running
Run,
after
little
the Doom
bottom
because
tower, run.
if his allies finished off the Enigma a bit faster, he would have hit level 6 and he could have tried to go for the ult on Doom. I really like to see it like people, if someone's already guaranteed dead, they keep moving on instead of trying to finish
tower
it,
is under attack.
kill off, and
Oh,
sometimes you just get
that's
an
got
extra
to
kill
hurt.
from that. It's a sort of heads up play by him. And the wraparound on the top tower, they have Scarf out, they have a Sand King on level 3.
Now, if they get this kill again, Enigma's going to get so angry. He got the buckler so early on, and now he's 12 minutes in and isn't near the mech. He's going to finish up his recipe to get the mech.
I'm so surprised they didn't just timber ulti through those trees and just go ham on them, because they have vision right now. And he already TPs to the tower, so it's a 5-second TP for Reno to help him. There is an Invis rune on Crop, which you can do some cute things with popping your ulti and then going Invis and running beside them. They're going to defend this tower top, or try to at least.
See how successful they're going to be. Chakram being wasted a little bit there as the conversion's just timed out. They attack the tower correctly. There's no Eye of the Storm for this Razor. He's actually got a 4-3-3 build on this Razor. I mean, he can't even get his level 2 ultimate until level 12 if he wants it.
Yeah, not the most standard.
Oh, Krob.
Oh, they're setting up.
That inventory. He just get a 4-man silence down. There you go, silence. So he can let the Chakram down, actually killing off that ZZ. And okay, well, he gets pick up on
huge
2D, so
damage.
Krob will actually, well, get that kill over onto the Timbersaw while Doombringer is chasing down the Razor. He wants to kill here. And maybe that last bit of damage was enough. No, it's not. He'll survive for now. Doombringer having to back himself up. But it was the Razor who lives. Triggers on the
Radiant's
triggers on the
bottom tower
6
is
charges,
under
no
attack.
higher with the March Machines will step in doing anything on this top lane with the remainder of the exorcism. At least Ghost is having himself a good time. He's actually even doing some considerable damage to the tier 2 tower on bot.
So that's sort of fun. Sorry, go.
That's fine.
I'm actually so tired. I'm gonna keep casting, but like, oh man.
It's like,
I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
yesterday we had the synergy down perfectly, man. Today, things
Yeah.
just a little bit, yeah.
I think my headset threw me
Dire's
off.
middle tower is under attack. It has no arms to defend itself.
Oh, I need a couple more fights to think I'm good to go again. Top
structures
lane,
are
the
fortified.
Dark Room as well.
That means you
Fortification
can't
going to be
hurt
used here, trying to keep out invasion. This is while Razor isn't available to come up to the lane. He doesn't have a TP scroll. They're trying to force out the bottom lane and
Radiant's
reach
top
to the
tower
tier
was
1
killed by
tower
its
down
own
there.
forces.
But they'll just deny the tower out anyway. So that's all now. That's all the tier 1 towers down for Titan. 14 minutes in. I suppose we should really be expecting that though when you're going up against a Crop and Enigma as well as a Prophet. It's acceptable casualties, the tier 1 towers.
Yeah, it's getting scary though when you start losing all these towers versus Nature's Prophet. It starts getting really annoying to play because he hits R and all the lanes just instantly push.
But isn't that kind of a good thing for you though? Because when the lanes are so far pushed out, you don't have a safe space for your Crop to farm or for your Rubik or your Doombringer to farm, unless it's your own jungle.
If you play with pushed out, like in this current
tower
meta,
is doing
it's
its
pretty
best,
much always
but it
better to have your
doesn't
lanes
look
pushed out. you just get a lot of map control. When the lane is pushed to an enemy tower, they have to show to defend it, so you know where some of their heroes
Dire's
are.
top tower is under
It's
attack.
pretty much always good to have it pushed out. Like, you don't want to just spam Fear and ulti really, because you miss a lot of creeps that way. But in general, lane's push good.
Dire's top tower
And
has
the solo
fallen.
making sure he gets the last hit in the tower. He really wants this early Bloodstone. While Yulseptic gets completed over for the Net Profit, and the Tinker also at the 15-minute mark, getting his Blink Dagger.
Dire's
And
middle
this
tower
Timbersaw
is under
actually
attack.
massive. He's 800 away from his Bloodstone.
Surprised he actually built the Soul Booster and sacrificed his Arcane Boots though. Because he could
Oh,
have.
he already has it.
Wait, already?
Yeah, that's a fast. He's 3-1. He's 3-2-1 with 80 CS and 2 towers down, I guess. He got the last hit on top. Oh, only 1 tower down, but he got the last hit. So I guess that was enough. That's a fast Bloodstone. I thought he would have to go like Vit Booster, Blade Mill, like poverty stuff because it's gonna get shut down, but like he's having like Bloodstone timing on his life.
Oh, let's see if he can actually get charges on it or lose it. Right now, Invasion started Roshan. They got a Enigma as well as the Rubik in here, so he's
Radiant's
trying
bottom
to
tower
tag
has
team
seen
his
better
conversions
days.
so they can do this slowly, but okay, they're going to commit exorcism as well. But there was no vision coming out for this one. In fact, the purple
Radiant's
line that's
bottom
been
tower
drawn by
is under attack.
is all through their jungle. So I think they're more worried about people hunting inside their jungle than they are the Roshan.
I think they saw us. I think the Enigma would have instantly went for that stun. Because he still had 2 seconds on boost of travel when they revealed him there. That's quite fortunate for him. Well, smoke up.
Rubik in that smoke too, and Nature's Prophet. And they're all moving up towards the top lane. But Tinker, BT out here now, Ohio. Don't come closer. Okay, he blinks further away to safety up the lane. And will TP out, so the smoke will actually be for nothing.
Yeah, it was sort of a weird smoke. Usually when you're trying to catch a Tinker, you have to start going towards the lane before he starts TPing in, or you're just a bit too late. So then when they saw like he was top and the lane was getting pushed in, they probably should have started running to bottom. Because that's usually his next lane of choice. He gets to farm the jungle through that.
There's a lot of pressure being added to this bottom lane. So Ohio's here. Qualifier was actually staying in the trees. But now we're going to flash
heroes went down.
Dire's bottom tower is under
on the edge
attack.
of it.
Run, little bottom tower.
He really
Run.
wasn't ready for that level 4 plasma field.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. It has no
Chips
arms
the
to
tower.
defend
Can't really
itself.
do much more damage than that, however. He doesn't have a creep wave behind him. He doesn't want to tank up too much. They actually bring Doom and Enigma down to this bottom lane to try and defend, but plasma field rockets again. The mech has to be used very early on. And they got the Krog coming in through the side. So KO's like, he don't think it's for too long. Now all of a sudden start winning. Got the Iron Storm off, but then he wants burst damage to kill off the Death Prophet. But he can't use it. The Use is up, and now he can use Plasma Field. And he'll trigger the Aegis the Immortal, which gets rid of the exorcism. And they got Mars Machine, Cover Fire, and Nico over on the side. Doom jumps in. He dooms over on the Nico. And then both of those heroes now going down. Great alongside the scrap. Can't really go anywhere. One last plasma
By the
field.
gods,
Not
the
enough
Dire's
damage to kill
bottom tower
off
doesn't
MCFC.
even have arms to
So the
defend itself.
Doombringer goes
What
down,
a
but they've lost
brave
3
tower.
heroes for this. And the Krob Aegis the Immortal.
Man, fucking War Stomp. That won them the fight there. Scarlet didn't get any spells off. He got War Stomped into Cobble Silence, which is sort of funny because Scarlet got War Stomp, but yeah. It was a running in War Stomp. I love that. Those are actually my favorite. Because like you don't really expect a Doom to have a War Stomp, honestly. Like a lot of times until it happens to you.
Yeah. I remember it was one of those things at TI4 we're watching is like, the Chinese were always like, every single time they found that Centaur, they'll grab the War Stomp.
Oh yeah.
Where all the European teams was like, yeah, we need our 20 minutes into the game.
With a Midas. It's pretty farmed.
I'm just seeing Tinker killing himself. Like he's building a Dagon right now. But the fact you only have 1,000 life points, you can off that number to the Necro book with a March.
I'm playing Tinker against the Invasion lineup it's okay. Doom is actually quite annoying just because of the fire. And of course, like, I mean there's Doom, but that's annoying for any hero. But the fire really makes it annoying for you to blink around, so you can't really get your good marches and lasers off and stuff.
This tier 1 tower on the bottom lane doesn't have long to live.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
2 heroes, in fact, I was like Tinker's going to beat Tegan as well.
Just like me.
When Plasterfield rockets laser Dagon, the Meg Charge will come out from the Enigma. He's searching for a higher man. Not a money, can't believe it's not mounted, but he could bring up in time. The Doom will be used. The Skyride mate. He's doing a bit clever, but then maybe with a little bit extra help, the SK's in the mix, but with the epicenter, they bring down 4 to support the display. The Shark is slowing down the Doom, but it's KOX by taking out not only the triple kill, but the denial of the Tinker on the bottom lane as well.
They're trying to defend a 200 HP tower when they weren't all set up for it, and they could have easily been wrapped from the side. Like, it just seems weird to do that instead of taking a slightly less risk and defending that tier 2.
They're gonna get really punished for it now, man. Like that.
Yeah,
that,
they really did.
Actually, I was saying the Razor was gonna buy a BKB, but he just realized too that he doesn't need to go BKB as he's got the full Aghanim Scepter on the Razor because of that fight.
Yeah, that's actually huge. And Timbersaw has 13 Bloodstone charges. And like, once you start stacking those up, the hero actually becomes a different monster. His farm speed is just incredible. He's going for Shivas probably, and that's gonna help a lot. Like all these things that you can get off before you get doomed, you survive the doom, you come off doom, and they're already off cooldown. Like it's a lot of impact on the fight. And if you can soak up a doom for a Tinker, it's actually huge.
Like all the heroes are meant to be able to do that anyway. My Tinker's the only one where you question if he could do it. Like even SK to a point. Timber and Razor, they actually want to get doomed. As Tinker, you can get some more now. Level 2 Dagon on him, battling up against Ghost, dropping down the half-life.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. It has no arms to defend itself.
Just keeps the mark span going.
This is pretty scary for Invasion because it doesn't look like they're ever going to be able to break. I mean, they have Razor, Sand King, Tinker, and Timbersaw. How do you break that?
They're going to get broken.
Even though they have a lot of mid lane.
Blink, Furrow, straight away. The Mystic Slayer is behind as well. And even Tootie, he got to the perfect position to go up against the Enigma with all tank and cutter shots flying its way. FZ on 220 life points. Tootie wants to chase it down a little bit further. He's got Blink Dagger, which he was looking to actually use again onto the Enigma. Was being a little bit more cautious about it all. That's how we chase the Enigma Descender. Blink Dagger over on the Timbersaw. This allows him to chase everything. And now Blink Furrow, he got 2 into the Chakra, pulling down. He flips the Emperor chain off, but the Chakra got the kill anyway. With the Epicenter
Dire's middle tower is all alone in the world.
They pop off the 2 heroes in the mid, and now again Deathstroke. It's the mana for exorcism, but Timbersaw goes in the Eagle's Chakra chains. The Timbersaw out won't work, but man, Invasion are dying inside their base, behind their tier 3 towers, for the tier 2 tower is even down. And we're
Dire's
only
middle
24
tower
minutes
is all
in and
alone
they're
in the
doing that
world.
kind of
Dire's
damage.
middle tower now belongs to the Aegis.
Yeah, that was... I mean, it's obviously a good fight for Titan. I think the Timbersaw's decision to not chase Enigma was actually really crucial to them winning the fight there. Because he didn't know if Doom had buyback, and Doom actually did have buyback. So if he dives past the tier 2 and the team all has to follow him and Doom buys out and they take a fight there, it might be bad for them. Whereas if he waits like that, they get a free tower, and when Evasion tried to defend it without Doom, they just went ham on them and they got 4 extra kills. He's at 18 Bloodstone charges at pre-25 minutes, like that's actually ridiculous. Both his Shivas finished, I think.
I can't believe I sat there during the drafting stage going, man, this Timbersault's gonna get screwed. I mean, he lost it on the draft, really.
Honestly, like, the one thing that makes it a really good Timbersaw game is that there are no 2 heroes that he can't lane in the offlane games. Like, Rubik Doom, he would actually crush that lane, I think. So, a lot of Timbersaw is just how good your start is. And if you get a good start, honestly, the counters don't matter that much, because if you get an early Bloodstone, you're eventually gonna have like BKB, Shiva, stuff like that. So all these stuns won't matter that much. And even if he does do bad, like, Blade Mail is honestly really strong on him this game.
Blood Doombringer. I'm sorry I caught that, man. I'm sorry I caught that. They're coming in for the smoke. He blinked and got himself caught on the ledge up here, and then had to TP himself into the tier 3 tower in the mid, just so he can go the short distance
Dire's
to
top
smoke.
tower is under attack.
It actually really cost him, because Tinker, because of that, Tinker has time to get set up.
Yep.
And now they have to fight into 2 archers, which really sucks.
Coming out the blink Doom, it goes over onto the Timbersaw. They're going to go in even deeper. Maybe with that war stop, it's over on top of the Razor, but it's really KOX one. Dinosaur's going to work, and Nick with the black hole, he gets to a highway. KOX fight, that'll make a big difference. Follow up with the Forest Strike, which was stolen by the Rubik. They pick up the 2 cores in the support. The double blinks away of Timbersaw as well as Sand King should be allowed to allow them to escape, especially when there's Fire Strike from the SK still. But a great fight for Invasion. And maybe they can get even more. Sand King in the tree line. He can't blink. He keeps getting attacked. He's got Sandstorm again in 1 second time. Uses the Invis, and they're going to miss him in the corner. Now he can blink away. Wonderful Juicy, but Yulsep's up in the air. He has enough line points to survive going through a Grip Swamp, but Timbersaw's gone back into this engagement, being kicked up and thrown around like a ragdoll. But can he live through this? 16 armor charges, the Shark Grip Timberchain up, you bet your Nelly he can. There's 1 kill already, Timberchain back off corner. OK comes in close, the secondary Morris right, that one's a real SK, and they're looking for Death Prophet. Sealed up, there's the blink again, into a Timberchain, sealed up, the Orb's gonna chase him down, and that's gonna, well, actually, Yulsep up in the air. The Shark Grip's ready, Timberchain through, Shark Grip drag back, and 2D picks up a triple kill for Invasion for possibly the greatest fight they could have asked for.
Yeah, that really sick plays for Timbersaw there. The Sand King, like, I thought he was making a mistake when he bro striked into the trees, because if he bro strike straight away, he might have just been able to walk away, but he baited them in so hard there, and Timbersaw just got a great turnaround. That fight at top throw showed when Doom is actually good against Timbersaw. When you get the Doom off before he gets any spells off, I mean, I guess that's when Doom's getting his every though, so.
Yeah, it can be obvious, but you're right about it, nonetheless. I'm looking at KOX, why he's getting rather close to having his all-power Doom. Just even chip damage is heavy. But KOX is getting close to a refresher. Like and I'm flagging that at 28 minutes into this game. That Razor has got almost 14,000 net worth. The Timbersaw's still leading the way, and now he's got 21 Bloodstone charges, and he's picking up a Reaver. So we're going in. Does he have the heart? No, there's a Oblivion Stamps on the courier, and that's all. But he has a Reaver 28 minutes into this game with 2,400 life points. I think even if he is doomed, he'll still tank up the entire team fight.
Yeah, he can pretty much tank 5 heroes at this point. Like, reactive armor working through Doom makes him have like, is that like 40 armor or something like that?
My math can't bring it up that far.
He's at 35 armor anyways, but like, yeah, that's really high obviously, and once he finishes heart, he has like 2,800, something like that, HP. Like, he's incredibly tanky. I don't know where the damage is going to come from, because if you look at the Krob, she hasn't been having the best game. She's not level 16 yet, even. And like, Invasion picked a very pushy lineup. They wanted to snowball off, like, all part of them early and just push stuff with, like, Enigma, Furion, Krobless.
Look at them trying to approach this one. I thought, like, if you're going a very pushy lineup, wouldn't you want to try and go to big initiation? You got the Doombringer with a Blink Dagger. Shouldn't the Enigma also have his own, so they can jump in? But he went for a Hood of Defiance, so I assume he's kept them in this pipe so they can try and deal with some of the nukage coming out from Titan.
Yeah, I mean, they sort of need the pipe to push into March. I think they honestly probably got TL picked this game. Like, their lineup's really, really greedy. When most pushing lineups, you want to have a pretty strong laning phase in order to sort of be in a place where you can push.
Yeah.
And like, the Timbersaw pick, was it the very last pick, like 10th pick?
It was the 5th pick. Yep, it was the 10th.
Okay.
Yes, it was number 10.
I guess like they told us heroes like, oh, if these heroes don't push us early, and we have a Razor and Tinker late game, then we're gonna win. So we're gonna pick Tinker, Timbersaw, Razor, Sand King, and they're never breaking base. Like they didn't even break a tier 2 with that lineup.
Invasion just 3-man smoked underneath the observer ward, which was looking on the side shop, on the team shop.
Dire's top tower
I
is
don't know
under
if they
attack.
haven't really been fighting for the get-go. I just kind of feel
Dire
like
structures
they're
are
on the lane
fortified.
moment.
That's what
The
that
tower's
wispy
already
glow
low on
around the
life, so
tower
they're coming
means.
out to fight. And they're going to try and walk up through the side. So Doombringer, like, the Timbersaw is there, but he's a little bit too far up for him to reach. And now he's just hit by the Master Machine. So, well, Refresher being used up by the Razor. He's already used his first Eye of the Storm. But the BKB just went on cooldown from the Doombringer as well.
And that's Doom BKB on cooldown. They should go for base here. This is Rax.
The only downside is they won't have the full KOXY double Eye of the Storm level 3. Because
Dire's
obviously
top
with that
tower is
refresher
under
going,
attack. Oh,
you have to
that's
wait
got
another 2
word.
or so minutes for it.
But they do have the Timbersaw being hit by the tower and taking 0 damage.
Dire's
Yes,
top
they do
tower
have
has
that.
fallen. It was only a matter of time.
31.9 regeneration while in combat. Alright. And there they come. Io just playing around with 4 stars, getting a very cheap march of the machines out. It's gonna make it difficult for anyone from Invasion to try and protect themselves from that. Doom actually came in looking for him. Ohio. Warthog's gonna be there, but Timbersaw doesn't win the black hole. He's gonna get caught with a missing flare. And penetrates the Doombringer the average and a far strike. That is a perfectly. KOXY's Eye of the Storm going all of that as well. Steals the fire. While OK's on the run. The Skyrise Mage will go down. They've actually got some collateral damage coming their way with the silence over on dead. He'll die inside the trees, giving a triple kill to Nature's Prophet. He came back and got the ulti off and just wiped through the life points
Radiant's
of
middle
Titan.
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
Timbersaw
That's
was
not
like
gonna hold.
0.1 second away from making a huge play and suiciding with his Bloodstone. Because he tried to deny himself as if Hero was hitting his teammates, he would have saved 3 of them.
Yeah.
There would have been 3 heroes at 4 HP, and then he buys travels and comes back right away. It would have been even cooler if he like timber chained and suicided in the air, and then he timber chased back from the fountain.
He
That
ended up
would've been the best.
suiciding. He actually did end up suiciding.
He tried to save his allies there. Like it was going to be a really big play, but he missed it by like literally 0.1 seconds. I think it was between the fear on bounces.
He's going to try and contest Roshan.
He's crazy.
Well, there's no exorcism, and well, there is Doom, however, so that could be a problem. Pick up, throw it down, Doom out to blink, and now he's in range. But he missed War Stomp, but the Prophet Sprout was still holding here. Support's coming in from the Tinker, using the 4-star to get the Timbersaw back. And he's tanked up most of the Doom. March Machine solid. Lol, not as great with that re-up. Do they want to turn into this one? The Timbersaw's not regenerating fast enough, but they might still be able to contest Roshan. They've at least stopped the Roshan from happening.
He's crazy, but he just stopped the enemy team from Roshan completely. Maybe he knew sort of like if he dies, he's gonna respawn in 20 seconds anyways, and they would stop him from doing Roshan. But yeah, when you cast Doom like that, if you're gonna blink, you should probably blink on War Stomp first and then Doom, just because it's easier to change your spells off the stun than it is
Radiant's
to just
bottom
change off
tower
to
is
Doom.
under attack. I
And
feel
that would have
sad
been a
for them.
really good pickup if they picked out the Timbersaw there. I'd say like as good as playing Roshan, honestly, because just you want to win it on just
Radiant's bottom tower
he's really
has
hard
seen
level 2
better
so
days.
the XP. And they're going for top with the Refresher Razor, I think.
Yeah, they want to push in the middle lane so the creep wave reaches high ground. So then they can
Radiant's
just go
bottom
Refresher
tower
Axe
is under attack.
and finish the tower and maybe get a range racks.
Honestly think they should just go. Like, if they don't have Black Hole, they don't have Doom. I think
Radiant's
the
bottom
Razor
tower
should just
has
walk
seen
up there,
better
double
days.
seed. And
The
I
Dire's
don't
top
think
tower is doing
Invasion
its
can stop them.
The creep got in, so the backdoor regeneration won't be able to go. They're going to mop up a lot of these. Okay, it's going to be KOXY because the last is never in it. Dropping dead light goes
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So he just uses it. Well, okay. Blink Fire Strike. He got another couple, and that's been Death Prophet. I mean, Nature's Prophet getting nailed down by the Mystic Flare. Another BKB onto cooldown. Doom might be coming off cooldown, but his BKB is down.
And now they should just go back and farm. They should have those 4 heroes should farm the entire enemy jungle. Tinker TP's bottom, farms that, farms their own jungle. The enemy team actually has no farm at all. Like they'll have nothing to farm, and they don't have to end the game. Like the only reason I would have Razor double out that is because it forces them on top, and then you sweep through their jungle, you sweep through your own jungle, you farm all 3 lanes, and they get hero gold. Like it's actually like a 2.5k gold swing, which is really big even at this point.
You get the Rod of Owie up.
Oh yes.
It's over on Skywrath Mage. The full heart is also completed 35 minutes in. A little bit slower than what it was looking like to be at the very start of this game.
This is weird, but he shouldn't have gotten an Atos. Like they should have gone 4 stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
You're actually
like,
going against the item? What is this?
Yeah, I don't think it's good this game. Here. Like it might have been good on Timbersaw if he was a bit more behind, but like there's no reason that Tinker should have your only 4 staff when they have like a Sprout, a Rubik weapon.
He got War Stormed, and look at the damage coming his way. I'm also trying to work out if he's trying to build into a Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah, it seems that way. I think he can put it on his Timbersaw as Tinker. So it's actually a decent pickup. They don't have the most to proc it if... Actually, they have Fury now, which is really easy. Rubik's a bit hard to proc just because like, you don't want to be that far in because he has no blink or stuff when they have like a Timbersaw that can one-shot you. And I was just greeted by Sand King. And yeah, like the thing about Force Staff this game is it's great for Smile Place because you can turn after getting stunned. So even if you get caught in stupid position and you turn it forward, like after 1 second you just turn back and they Force Staff you, you're fine. It breaks Rubik left completely. It's really good against Doom because you can just disengage a fight. It's good against Krob, like it's good against all the heroes. I don't know why he would not want one this game, to be honest.
Maybe he's got a different target. Maybe he's still trying to focus on keeping the Death Prophet where she is after the Yulseth has already been done. Or, well, Enigma has no movement anyway. So
I mean, like
it's difficult for him to run in.
Once that Doom's BKB gets like 1 second, 2 seconds slower, like Atos is gonna ruin the hero. Because he's like slowed for basically half the fight for 50%, and you can force BKBs with it. So in that sense, it's not like the worst, but I really do think Force Staff was needed in this game.
Well, judging by the rate this game is going, he might have time to farm it up. Because Titan haven't finished this game just yet, and pushing high ground still up against his invasion lineup.
Have you checked the net worth? Like Timbersaw?
Yeah, he's
massive.
21,000 men compared to the 14.5k of profit. That's the highest of invasion.
He has almost double a Midas Devourer Doom, and the Doom's firing in.
Yep.
Just popping fire and going.
They're on the way. There's only a sentry ward up on top of that good. No visions. They know that too.
BKB.
Yep.
Tinker TPing out.
Yep. They're gonna bail. The pipes can be triggered too, and KYXY he's got Refresher Orb, however. So
He does.
So they can still push this one, but he's definitely down one of the Eye of the Storms. Invasion gonna get a little annoyed at this. They just lost their vision on the high ground. So now they don't know what Titan's preparing for him on this top lane. More importantly, they don't know when the SK is coming in. So if that SK comes in with, okay, he's not a level 3 epi just yet, but still with a Veil of Discord buff up.
And this is actually a problem. Like, the Furion for the past like 3 minutes has been standing 5-man with his team. When, like, I really feel like he could just be Ancients, even the enemy's Ancients, for most of that time, just sneaking in a few creeps and getting a little bit of items. Maybe he just doesn't want to risk it because he just bought Scythe and he doesn't want to cross the save for buyback.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a Hex on Tinker, and Tinker has no mana. Well, this is a huge play, but...
There should be a kill there. Like with the Necro units, there's
himself in the
TP
trees.
coming in though. The BT's coming in, he's going to TP out. Luckily for him, Tootie didn't actually buy his own Scythe device, so a failed gank to kill off the Tinker.
That was super unfortunate. He had his trees on cooldown and he TP'd in like this one little tiny hole in the trees and he got stuck there. Otherwise, I think that was a dead Tinker. I think he still TP's away from that Timbersaw, to be honest.
Well, either way, the break isn't there for Invasion. And they keep
That's a
moving
really
behind. It's 20k experience and 14 gold is the advantage for Titan right now.
Yeah, that's a really cute solo play though. Like he clicked on the Tinker, he saw it really low mana, so it's pretty low risk. Because only the Timbersaw has boosted travels, I think, so even if he goes in, the Tinker has no mana for any spells, you can always TP out. Timbersaw can't really burst him in 3 seconds.
Tinker just purchased up a Perseverance. I think we're looking at, what, is that double Lincolns? Yeah, we're
I guess.
we're looking at a Lincolns from him, as well as a yeah, all right. As well as the Lincolns coming out from the SK.
Sort of weird, because if SK is getting the Lincolns, like you can't have a Lincolns and someone cast Lincolns on you and then it blocks a spell and then it blocks another spell. If you proc that Lincolns, it just pops both the Lincolns. So it doesn't work that way. I guess maybe they just put one on him and one on the Timbersaw and then they just go ham.
Invasion just walked past the Observer Ward. The gem, which is over on the Enigma, flagged the back row, and that means Doombringer. His Blinkers on cooldown for 4 seconds. He's going to get caught out in the front line. The Lincoln Sphere effect is over on the Razor, who also triggered his own BKB. An Invasion retreat, and they get away safely. So BKB being wasted by KOXY. That's down an 8-second BKB for Refresher. Here we go again. BKB and ultimate again. Man, that grab is so crazy. And he's looking to kill. Actually, what was stolen? Iron the Storm was now stolen by the Rubik. Well, that would be a little bit nice from with the crop ulting them. Evan of damage. Whoa! KOXY! May you die a swift and painful death. The chase is on from the BKB up Dead Prophet, the exit and the Yule Scepter, the Skywrath up towards the end. The Fire Strike on the Dead Prophet, and the Mystic Flare to drop, but then Doombringer. He's got the Doom over on the Timbersaw, now he's trying to get the hole with the seal from Skywrath. Will stop that Black Hole pretty quickly in the epicenter of the Fire Strike follow-up. Will make sure the Doombringer, the Enigma goes down. The Doombringer's the front line.
The Radiant should really do something about
battle
that
up
middle
against
tower.
one. We're splitting the engagement. We'll follow the Doombringer. Judy's right behind the Shark, and with the secondary Fire Strike to get the kill.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is
also
under
Nature's
attack.
Prophet was finished
That's
off at the
not
end of the
gonna
day.
hold.
So Skyra's Mage is on the sidelines. KYXY is back alive again after his buyback. And Eye of the Storm's off cooldown in 2 seconds
Dire's
time.
top barracks
It's
under attack.
One attack
It's
and
too
he's killed with
perilous.
the range direct
Dire's
anyway.
top barracks have fallen.
And that fight was looking a little bit sloppy for Titan. KYX
The sky
got
is
caught
falling.
really far.
It's just
And
Dire's
the
top
Tinker
barracks.
should have blinked in with 0 mana and Mako, but I think the Skyla's actually stayed up high along with the green epicenter. There to turn that around. And I mean, Timbersaw was doomed in being focused. That's the mana pulse.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Like a
attack.
mana pulse.
Dire's
with
middle
the
barracks.
side.
Dire's middle barracks shall be remembered.
Oh, the double mana pulse.
Oh!
He said, sorry, taunting you.
What's a mouse hang? A mouse hang? Slipped off the desk?
Is it like...
Hanging by the
Yeah.
collar?
Dire's middle barracks have
Guess so?
fallen.
I was thinking like mouse bungee or something like that, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. So like, I mean, we don't
Dire's
understand
bottom
what's this
tower
mana
is
pulse.
under attack.
Rubik, he's in trouble. Sharp Rock actually carries up and slices him in
Radiant's
two.
bottom
There's
tower
a
is
double
under
buyback
attack.
by the Doom and the
I feel
Prophet.
sad
You
for
may
them.
as well hear Invasion.
Radiant's
It's the
bottom
last
tower has
deciding
fallen.
game
And I
anyway.
don't mean in
If
love.
they lose this, they're out of WEC.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. That's
The
not
winner
gonna
of this
hold.
game, by the way, will face up against the winner of Johnny's Revenge, formerly known as Team Orange. And the winner of that or MVP. And bleh. Why is English so hard for me during this game? MVP Phoenix and Johnny's Revenge will be playing up against each other next, right here on this live stream after this game is over. I don't think there'll be much of a delay between it. The initial scheduled time is actually 50 minutes from now. But the chances are we won't have any kind of delay between the matches. So definitely stay on the live stream. Coming up after this, we'll have MVP going up against Johnny's Revenge. And after that, we'll have Titan versus Scythe. And we'll probably, depending on our speed of all of this, we may even have Tinker versus VP coming up on this live stream.
Do you think hang means like hang on? Does that make sense?
I'm actually thinking it's a lag thing, like just...
Is it?
Yeah, just like hang, like, I don't know, like you got like lag, so it's like you're just hanging there waiting for it to move forward or something. I don't know, like packet loss kind of hang. Either way,
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that Invasion has maybe keeping them in is the fact that level death does like 1,000 damage to Timbersaw right now. Before resistance and like 700 after or something. So that's actually pretty big because you can actually die if you level death Doom and then you get one more level death on him. And Midnight Pulse does enormous damage to him too. It's honestly not looking good. And like the item progression just isn't there. Like you'd expect a Doom at 42 minutes who got like a really early Midas to have more than just a Blink and a BKB after that. And I think it sort of comes down to like they just I don't feel like they were using enough on the map. I mean they definitely got outpicked, I guess. But I think the farm patterns weren't there from the Furion and maybe the Doom.
I don't even want to say outpicked with this lineup because that also makes me feel like a bit of a twat. I'm gonna say outlaned.
Yeah, I mean the problem is like the thing is like if Invasion gets a little snowball going, they can win the game for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just really hard to do that when your support is a freaking Rubik, who's like he's actually the worst in lane when you can't kill. Doom keeps getting caught in trees.
He got himself locked again, or?
Yeah, unfortunate.
Funny thing is, I don't know how he did that with the blink before. Because like the blink he did before, he went from like here to here. Like, even if it's a click, your range will get you down to here with the blink.
Yeah, I mean usually those are because like you click, if you click for 1200 range, you go 1200 range. If you click for 1400 range, you only go 1000 range. So like people overestimate their blink and they blink 200 range short, and it's actually something really common that happens.
He's already been triggered. He'll have a secondary one at the moment. How long is his immune time? It's just so damn long. With the double edge, Fuel Center is the only protection available for the Death Prophet. Now G is down as well. You got SK channeling enemies and a Rubik will cancel that one with a telekinesis while the Doom has stopped the Timbersaw. And they actually managed to kill off KYXY. He died. This is a chance for a turnaround right now. Enigma, right is available. He can catch out soon, but the Dagon is going to be there. Rubik ends up stealing Martin's machine, so he can push him back a little bit while Timbersaw just has to wait out the Doom, and now he's back alive again. Chakram through the Zoom. He's looking for the War Stomp. He's actually able to catch up to the SK, but he doesn't have enough damage. It's a Forest Strike on one side, while Tootie walking back past the tier 3 tower. His reaction charge is so off. Ohio, oh, he's inside the base. It's a GC. He's hunting them inside their base. There's nothing more to be won here. They've lost 2 sets of Raxes, and they've lost their entire team. GG. Titan will advance themselves forward and play up against the winner of Johnny's Revenge and MVP Phoenix. That game will be coming up next year on the live stream. Definitely stay tuned for that one. We'll be having ourselves some great time with that one, and I don't know how he's going to stick around for that. Obviously, he's meant to be repairing his body clock.